with today is definitely about grammar, and an interesting grammar aspect we are going to look at is the use of pronouns. And under these pronouns we shall look at specifically the personal pronouns, with an aim of guiding you learners on a variety of language grammatical sentences and rules on the use of personal pronouns. So for starters, let's look at the definition of pronouns. Pronouns are parts of speech. When we talk about parts of speech, we talk about nouns, pronouns, adjectives, verbs, adverbs, conjunctions, prepositions, among others. So today we are looking at pronouns as an element or a part of speech, and we shall say that pronouns are words which substitute nouns. They substitute nouns, but they are not nouns. Instead, they stand for, or they are used instead of nouns. By this level, we commonly know that nouns are naming words. They are names of people, places, events, things. However, when we use pronouns from the pronunciation of that word, pronouns, it means they are used in support or to stand for or instead of the nouns that they indicate. So instead of saying or repeating the different nouns in a given sentence, we use pronouns. Pronouns are useful if one wishes to avoid repeating the nouns. When linking phrases, clauses, or sentences in speech and writing. What do we mean? That in linking the different parts of an English sentence could have one or more, or it could have more than one clause. A clause is a part of a sentence. It could have, a sentence can also have more than one phrase. So in linking up these clauses and phrases or parts of a given sentence in speech and writing, we use pronouns to avoid repeating the nouns. So we have examples of these pronouns. We have the pronoun I. Instead of a name of a noun, we use the pronoun I. Another pronoun is you. Instead of saying students, we could use the pronoun you. She. Instead of giving a name of a person, we could simply refer to her as she. Then we have them. Instead of referring to them as people, we can refer to them as them to avoid repeating ourselves. Itself. Instead of saying belonging to the dog, we can say, oh, this is itself. Instead of saying it was done by the dog, or it was done by the dog itself. That's why we are using the pronoun itself. Another pronoun is who in reference to people, what in reference to events, which still referring to characters or people or events. That referring to things and substances, among many other pronouns. Pronouns may be classified as personal pronouns, possessive pronouns, reflexive pronouns, interrogative pronouns, and relative pronouns. We shall look at all those categories of pronouns right from their definitions. However, today we shall embark specifically on personal pronouns. Personal pronouns. These are pronouns that refer to people or things because they are referring to persons. They are personal. Yes. Personal to people or personal to things. They are used in sentences either as subjects or objects. What do we mean? In using these pronouns in a sentence, sentences